And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Sunday stream. For all of you watching around the world, Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. We're number one for all of you watching. Today, have a very special stream for all of you. And for some of you, oof. Last stream that we did on the stream, yes, one of our super ranchers told us, you know what, we should definitely just buy this one. I don't tend to show you this company much, and there's also a thing that's called budget. Yes, budget bourbon. And this is one of their budgets. Penelope budget. Yes, Penelope budget. Might as well say Penelope budget instead of bourbon. And this is what we're going to have. By the way, if it does rain, it's going to change a little bit of the stream up. If you don't know already, well, I do live in Miami. For all of you watching around the world, you know what time it is. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, for some of you that are new, what are we doing today? Yes. Well, we're cooking barbecue, and I'm going to do something right in front of you that many of you probably haven't seen. Now, if you have seen it, cool. The point of the matter is, we have to pop open a bottle, but I'm going to pop it open right when I see Edgar. If Edgar doesn't show up, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to drink this. For all of you watching, Super Chats are currently active. Today is officially one of the last days, I believe. Tomorrow's the last day, unless today's the 30th. I don't know if it's the 30th or the 31st. Let me check that out. Today is officially March, yes, March 30th, 2025. And the only way that I'm opening this bottle up is if we have Edgar Romeo show up. Point of the matter is, if you haven't got that membership, don't forget to get that membership. That membership helps you see some of these streams. And for all of you, thong. One thing you need a good thong. Nice, clean thong. Point of the matter is, you already know what I have here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you exactly what we're going to have, and also we're going to be seasoning this. I marinated this for about 2 hours. Nice marinade, 2 hours. You guys know my marinade. Got a ribeye and a chug eye. So let's start by taking this out. First super chat of the day today, right now. First super chat. Great to see the first super chat, and that is, yes. That is Joe Unfiltered. Joe Unfiltered says over here, let's go, baby. He says, let's go, baby. Or Reaper Cool, you know what time it is? We're number one. Reaper, you legend. Speaking the truth and the facts only. Yes. I don't like to bush around, you understand? I don't like to be in the bush, you understand, Joe Unfiltered? I like to be outside the bush, hitting the people in the bush. It's a different game. When you're a leader, it's a little bit different. When you're a leader, you look for those bushes, right? Those trenches. You look for those trenches. And when you see the people in the trenches, you say, hey, you in the trenches over there, you need to get the hell up. Because if you stay in the trenches, you turn into a trench. Point of the matter is, Joe Unfiltered, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. That's the first super chat on the stream. And also, I did see your short video. For some of you that do not know, he likes hiking. And I think that's really good. I didn't get to comment because I was looking at the Bitcoin price, but I did see it. I did see that short video about 2 hours ago. A great short video. I'm going to give you just a little pointer, which I think pointers are great for people that have small channels. It's always good, right? Always good to experience. So here we go. Let me just say this, Joe Unfiltered. The scenery was insanely amazing. The short video you did was outstanding. 10 out of 10, 20 out of 20. The only issue with the YouTube algorithm is if you put Cardi B on that hiking thing, if you put Drake, a song of Drake or Cardi B, or you put Taylor Swift on that hike that you did, Joe Unfiltered, you will get more views. It's really weird and it's pretty embarrassing. Sad to say, you could probably put Madonna and The Weeknd on that freaking. Yes, yes, I know it's horrible. It's horrible, okay? It's horrible, Joe Unfiltered. And for some of you that have a small YouTube channel, sometimes you gotta get it. You gotta put it in you gotta hit your own balls, okay? Sometimes you gotta hit your own balls, you know. You know what? It's okay. It's all right. I hit my balls at the end of the bed. Oh, you know, I hit my balls walking out of the house. It's okay. Now I know the feeling. But guess what? Guess what? The music is a big thing. Even if you have to downgrade your life a little bit for a week, put the music to popular music, you probably would have got a lot of views. But for all of you, just so you know, you gotta use trending music even if you don't like it, okay? When you start a channel, that's usually what you gotta do. So for you, Joe Unfiltered, for you said it's $20 super chat. There you go. There's a little. I want to get down on that algorithm. Once Jojo gets on that, when Jojo gets on that algorithm, you know it's game over, baby. Once it gets on there, it's game over. We won't see him here anymore. Point of the matter is. Beautiful steak. Beautiful steak, right? Beautiful steak. Oh man, my neighbor's out, man. Come on, man. What the point of the matter is, oof. Now that we did that, let's do a whiskey. Okay, let's do a whiskey. It's gonna be the whiskey we're gonna do. I'm not gonna wait for Edgar. No, I'm joking. Maybe we should wait for Edgar. You know what? Maybe we should wait for him. Should we? Well, what you think? Wait for Edgar to do the Penelope? Yes, we did. Let's wait for him to pop this open because if it wasn't for him, any of you would be seeing me drink this. I would have never bought it. The point of the matter is, Joe Unfiltered, we're gonna start by drinking. Oof, I want to drink this one, but you know what? I gotta go with my big boy, 1.75 Sazerac. Here we go, let's do this. Oof, nice little tinkle. Here we go. Okay, that looks beautiful, right? Good. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do on the seasoning, and if you don't already know, let me say this, if you do not already know, I got a ribeye steak. Let me put it a little bit lower so you guys can see, just in case some of you have a lazy eye. Here we go. I don't know how many of you have lazy eye. I think supposedly in the population, 1 out of 100 people, I'm just joking, 1 out of 100,000 have a lazy eye. So, if we do have anybody in the chat room, I put it a little bit lower so you can see. You can see my meat. There you go, a little bit lower so you can see it. Beautiful, right? Beautiful ribeye. Beautiful ribeye and chuck eye. Okay, so again, best piece of meat that you can buy is chuck eye on the grill. If you're grilling, chuck eye is really one of the best. Also, bone-in ribeye. Bone-in ribeye is what you need in your life, okay? If you ever see me do ribeye steaks without any bone, usually it means that it's not that I'm broke. Usually it means, let me say, it's cheaper. It's cheaper. I go by price, man. I go by pay. Look, if the bananas are $5 and the strawberries are $2, guess what? I'm gonna be a strawberry dude for the whole week. Okay, that's just how it is. I'm like Warren Buffett. I go for the cheap stuff when it's on sale. That's just what it is. If the kiwis are $1 and the bananas are $5, you best believe I'm gonna be the kiwi man for the whole week. That's just how it is. I think some of you should definitely get on that ball game, right? Get on. Anyways, point of the matter is, let's start seasoning. Here we go. I'm gonna use a little bit of this. Oh wait, whoa! Before we start seasoning, here we go. Cheers to all of you. Let's drink up. This is Sazerac Rye Whiskey. It's like candy. Here we go. We're going to put a little bit of this. Great combination. If you don't already know, I don't care if you're Jamaican, Mexican, Hispanic, Asian. You could be Canadian. That's supposed to be, ethnicity. Yes, that's ethnicity Canadian since last week. Yes, Canadians. There's something, not all of them, but some of them. You could use this. If you're Hawaiian, shout out to all the Hawaiians, all the New Zealand tribes. It's hoo-ha! All the New Zealand tribes. And also Italy. Shout out to Italy, Germany, everybody out there. North Korea in the bathrooms hiding, watching the streams. Shout out to South Korea, they don't have to hide. And then who else? People in England without teeth, with the yellow teeth. Shout out to the England boys. Shout outs to the England boys with them yellow teeth. Paul McCartney, oof. I don't know how Paul McCartney, his teeth are turning orange. The man, wait, is it Paul McCartney? Oof. Maybe. Okay, we put this over here. Point of the matter is, people in England, start brushing your teeth. If not, it's going to be yellow like this. Look at this. Anyways, let's do this. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm doing it like this. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys know what I'm going to do. So this steak, it's not going to be normal steak. I'm going to cut this steak in slices. It's not a normal steak that I'm doing. And I'm going to dip it in some hot sauce, real hot sauce. Look at that ribeye. Look at that chuck eye. Beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to drink this up. This is so good. Sandrak Rye Whiskey. Let's drink up. I'm going to give you guys a story time, maybe. We're going to see. Don't overdo this. Oof, don't overdo this. Shout out to Joe Unfiltered. Man, that hiking, I wish I could go hiking. Last time I went hiking, was in the mountain biking trails. I had to hike all the way back to the car because my mountain bike, carbon fiber, $5,000 mountain bike, the whole front end twisted. I decided to do some crazy free wheelie through one of those mountaintops, and when I did one of the free wheelies through it was like a no lie. Isn't that a song, Drake song? No lie. It was like 2 stories high, the mountain, right? I was going up the hill, I downshifted, carbon fiber mountain bike. I shifted between the hill. Usually you don't do it. I shifted between the hill. So what happened was my bike started lifting me back, and I don't want to go back. If I go back, I'm dead. You wouldn't have seen me long time ago. So I decided, you know what? It's either I go backwards, I crack my ass wide open, and then the EMTs and the emergencies come. Man, you're full of shit. I didn't want that to happen. So I wanted to go right to the right side. So you know what? If I fall, I'd rather just fall sideways. So I threw the bike sideways, and I grabbed on like if I was on the edge of the cliff. And I just scraped. I think it scraped my knees, and I scraped my most of my arms. That was a long time ago, and my whole front of my carbon fiber mountain bike was twisted. Which all you had to do is knock it in place. Point of the matter is, that's the last time I took the hike. Okay, Joe Unfiltered. I took the hike back to the car. You're probably wondering, why the hell didn't you jump on the mountain bike? Because the problem is, okay, my front was loose, so I had to hike it back. But the good thing is the mountain bike was super light. Anyways, the point of the matter is, it was a good, easy one. That was an easy little doozy of a story. You're probably wondering, people were laughing at you. As a matter of fact, there was nobody by me. I could have died, and they would have discovered my body. The next round, they would have said, "Holy shoot, it's a biker!" Just he would have probably just kept on going. That's what I would have done. I would see somebody on the floor. I've seen it a couple times. I'm just riding bike. They're on the floor, like begging for their lives because they just hit a tree or something, and I would just ride by. And at the end of the set of the mountain bike ride, I would see them like crawling back out. But most of the people, if you're going mountain biking, remember, don't go to advance if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, don't go too advanced. Here we go. Drink us up. Shout outs to Joe and Filton. All right, that's really nice. That's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna turn this around one time. Okay, we have a little bit of olive oil already on here. What you want to do is use a marinade and put a little bit of olive oil. When you put the olive oil, you should be good. You should be dandy. Remember, some of the seasoning will eventually disperse. It will disperse. So what I'm gonna do is. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll make sure I get the sides. There we go. Get the sides over here. Beautiful sides. All right, that looks good. Beautiful sides. Looks really good. Boom. And for some of you watching, we do have the grill on. The grill is definitely on. I have it on, perfectly on. I'm going to make sure that that's at 400 degrees of barbecue. And if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that like button. If you haven't already, you know what? I really want to get into this whiskey. Some of you are probably wondering, are you going to do it? Of course I'm going to do it. Of course I'm going to do it. I really want to get into this whiskey. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm going to get into it. For all of you that do not know, this should definitely be, if I like it, it's going to be a big thing, okay? If I like it, it's going to be a big thing. I'm going to tell you that it's worth it because it's going to be under $40. That's if, okay? That's if, and we're probably going to drink it soon. If Edgar Romeo doesn't show up, oof, that's going to be till next year. Next year, I'm not going to open that up till next year, yes? Okay, point of matter is, I already drank a little bit of Sazerac rye whiskey. If you don't know how to drink whiskey in general, my recommendation is, here's a big recommendation for all of you, because I do know some of you don't really, not all of you that are in the chat box. There was a lot of people that don't know how to drink whiskey. If they're watching, they're not typing, but they're not watching. What you want to do is, it depends on what kind of glass you have, right? This glass works good. You can nose it out. But my recommendation is not to get that. My recommendation is to get a regular glass, and drink it like that. If you're a rookie, I do recommend you to try it out with an open glass. That is my recommendation. I personally think that you should definitely try it out in a regular glass, and then after that, you can use a Glencairn to nose out and see some of those notes. I think many of you should definitely try to do that. So far right now, thank you so much, Joe Waters, for being in the chat room. Andrew, thank you so much, Andrew, for being in the chat room. Sheena, yesterday, it's all in the chat room. Farm Kitty. Also, huge shout out to April Neal. Edgar Romeo yesterday, because if it wasn't for Edgar Romeo, boom, maybe we wouldn't be even showing this. Also, Al Gordon in the chat room. We have a lot of people that have been showing up yesterday and throughout the week. It's good to have new members that are always here watching. Great new members. But I'm going to say this. Let's just say this, okay? It's Sunday. I'm hungry. It's Sunday. I'm hungry. But I still got to give you a show, right? Still got to give you a show. So I'm not going to wait around. All right? I'm going to do this. Let's pop this open. Man, ooh. $50 super chat. Here we go. $50 super chat. Who could it be? I think we all know who could it be. Who could it be? Who could it be? Who could it be? It is Edgar Romeo. Edgar Romeo, $50 super chat. He says over here. Thank you so much, Edgar. Huge super chat over here. All right, here we go. We're going to say this over here. Boom, boom, boom. Edgar Romeo says, Reaper, I have a sing request while you open a... Oof. I have a song request. While you open a Penelope song, it's called Daddy Cool by Bonnie M. Reaper Crew, I see you. We're going to do that for sure. And also, you want me to do it now? I'm going to do it now while I open this son of a gun. He says over here, $50 super chat. I have a song request while you open the Penelope song. Daddy Cool. Okay, here we go. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. That daddy. We're going to do that Daddy Cool. All right, we're going to do that. I think I've seen that guy before. He's a cool cat. He's a cool cat. Daddy Cool. There we go, Bonnie M. Daddy Cool, Bonnie M. Here we go. We're going to do it right now. Daddy Cool. Daddy Cool, Bonnie M. Here we go. We're going to do it. And for all of you watching, am I going to do it? Oh, this guy looks like he uses that. Oof, he's wearing a bra. Holy Lord. He's wearing a bra. Holy Lord. That guy's the type of guy that gets a spray when he uses a bathroom. Shh. Yeah, like that guy in Friday. You know that guy in Friday? Yeah. Here we go, let's open this up. Here we go, baby. Let's nose this son of a gun up. Here we go. Ooh! Smells like honey. Honey. It smells like honey up my, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Ooh, my Lord. It smells like honey. Woo! It smells like honey. Ooh. Here we go. I gotta try this out. Go down, Gordon, with a $20 super champ over here. Boom. $20 super champ Reaper and my fellow mods. April Farm Kitty, Joe, Edgar, members Andrew and Sheena. You know what time it is? Jesse. You know what time it is? We're number one. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Penelope. Some of you wanted me to drink it. It smells like honey. Honey and spices. Honey and spices. Oof, a little bit sweet. A little bit sweet. A little bit sweet. You ready? Here we go. Let's drink this up. That tastes like honey. Honey, rice spices. Ooh. Honey, rice spices. Holy, little bit of vanilla. God dang. Ladies and gentlemen, Penelope, for all of you watching, that is Penelope, and for all of you I'm going to say this. For some of you, you guys know that I don't like the show Penelope at all. I literally do not like the show Penelope at all. Huge shout out to Al Gordon with the super chat. Huge shout outs to Al Gordon. Huge shout outs to also Boom Boom Boom. Huge shout outs to Edgar Romeo. And for all of you, I really honestly do not like Penelope. But this one, I'm going to say for all of you, I'm going to give you a nice little review because you all really, really deserve it. And not only do you deserve it, it's Sunday, right? It's Sunday. So let's talk about this real quick. This bottle, if you don't like honey, you don't like sweetness, this might not be something you like. Here we go, let's nose it out one time. Very honey forward, very honey forward. Has a little bit of spice. It is very nice on the nose, very elegant. I'm going to say it's nothing crazy, but it is very, very, very proper for anybody that's looking into a cheap, good alternative whiskey that maybe you can't find the whiskey you want. This Penelope is definitely so forward. The nose is really nice. Here we go. Let's drink this up. Ooh, the honey stays on here. Honey, very nice honey. A little bit of spice. Oof, a little bit of spice. No, it's enhanced. It's enhanced in my tongue, but it's really, really mild. You can taste a little bit of peppercorn. Nice little peppercorn pop. Goes on my cheeks very nicely. The vanilla is very nice. Everything on here so far is really nice. One thing I'm going to say negative about this, I have to say my negative thoughts about Penelope. One negative thing is, its bottle is hideous. Its bottle is goddamn hideous. This is mustard, right? Why couldn't they do yellow like you, Rob? Come on. Ugly color. Negative. Another negative thing. This is the only negative thing I'm going to say. Other than that, okay? Let's drink this up. It has a super pastry-like, taste to it. It is mixed up with a little bit of raw spice, a little bit of black pepper, and also that honey makes this super sweet. I'm going to say for a lot of you, this is a hell of a buy. For under $40, I'm going to say this is currently the only Penelope, personally, the only Penelope that I could probably recommend. I don't want to recommend any Penelopes. This is probably the only recommend that I would say right now it's really recommend. Only negative, I already told you the color, ugly ass bottle. Oof, that's ugly. Who the heck likes the Steelers? How many Steelers fans we got out here? Nobody likes the Steelers. Point them out, Riz. That's mustard. I don't like mustard either. The color is hideous. If they could have put another color on there, it would have been awesome. But anyways, that's just a bottle. Let me talk about the taste. So, vanilla, honey, peppercorn, nice peppercorn. Oof, I'm going to say this. The one thing that ruins this, I'm just going to say it. There's a pastry-like taste to it. It reminds me of, there's a pastry-like taste to it. It reminds me of if I'm eating my dinner with spices. I'm just gonna say this. It reminds me if I'm eating my dinner with spices, right? Maybe I'm having my steak that has a good amount of spice. I ended up putting some peppercorn on here. I can taste the peppercorn on it. So I'm eating my steak. Right, that's the beginning of this. I'm eating my steak. And all of a sudden, the waiter or the waitress comes out here or take a bite. I don't want to take a bite. And then to put a gun in my head, I said, okay, I'll take a bite. And then I have to eat some pastry, like a. I don't like frosting. I don't like all that frosting in that cake. It's like I'm having a pastry cake, sweet. That's only negative. So if you could get through that, I would say it's a buy. I think it's a buy, regardless. Under $40, you got to be joking me. Under $40, this is up. It's getting better. It's more enhanced in that spice. It has a peppercorn pop that makes this perfect. The rye spice, there's a little bit of rye spice, right? A little bit of rye spice. Vanilla's very nice, oak very nice. The honey's what makes this a little bit sweet. And then boom, I hit you with that vanilla. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of a cupcake. That's what it reminds me of. This reminds me of everything you want in a good meal, right? Good meal, got the spices, you got the peppercorn, you got that strong hit of everything on your meal, and all of a sudden somebody brings you a cupcake, and you have to eat it. The gun's in your head. So that reminds me of that. It has a sweetness of that. I can't say chocolate cupcake, so I'm gonna say like a vanilla cupcake. I can't say chocolate cupcake. There's no chocolate on here. There's literally no bitterness on here. So if you're looking into a finish that has a bitterness, you're not gonna get a bitterness finish on this. It has absolutely no chocolate. It has no dry oak. It has no bitter oak. This is beautiful, actually. It's beautiful till it comes to the finish. The finish it's just, man, I'm not trying to eat a cupcake. Not trying to eat a cupcake with my dinner. Maybe after my dinner, any Latina out here tries to offer me, I'm still going to say no. I don't like cupcakes. Let's drink this up. The finish is the only thing that ruins it. Oh, it's so good, man. It's so good in the beginning. Nice spices. Oof, the oak. Now I'm getting more oak. And then the peppercorn, the vanilla's nice, and all of a sudden it turns sweet. It's like if somebody is checking. It's like if Shaquille O'Neal, he took out $100 bill and said, "Hey, I give you 100 right now. You know how he talks. You know how Shaquille. I give you 100 right now. Give you 100 right now. Open your mouth." What the hell? Give me that 100. I open my mouth and he gets a cupcake and he dunks it. He dunks it in my mouth. I say, come on, man. So, here we go. Final thing that I want to say about this. I don't want to show you any Penelopes. Don't buy any other Penelope. I swear to Lord. I swear to Lord. I swear to Lord. Don't buy any other Penelopes. I could save you some money by not buying them. Don't buy them. This one's really good. Under $40. $38.99 is what you're paying for this. $38.99 is what you're paying for this, my man. My lady. You know who likes this? Jesse. I'm gonna say it, Jesse. Jesse. Women are gonna like this. The women are gonna like this. If you have a partner, if you have a wife, if you have 5 wives, I don't know what kind of religion you guys are in, or maybe you guys are not even into religion. Maybe you guys are like Nick Cannon. Maybe somebody in the crowd is like a Nick Cannon in the crowd. Always got to dip into everything, right? Have like 30 babies. I don't know how anybody could do that. Point of the matter is, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter anything. It doesn't matter what color. It doesn't matter anything. Right? This over here is for any of you. Any of you. If you're rich, if you're a billionaire, if you're a cheapskate, if you're poor, if you're in the trenches, if you're one of those routine dudes, those big black dudes that are doing those routines, Ashton Hall doing those routines. If you eat bananas in the morning, this is for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're an adult and you can buy whiskey, this is definitely something you want to try. You put it in your collection. Put that down in your collection. Put that P in the collection. Put that P in your collection, man. Put that P in your collection. It's a good one. It's a good one. I'm gonna say it's a good one. I'm getting used to the finish, that it's super sweet. Oof. I'm starting to like it more. You know what, Edgar? We're gonna give it to Edgar. Huge shout out to Edgar Romeo. Huge shout out to Edgar Romeo. Let's drink this up. Oof. Now, just so you guys know, just so you all don't start saying, "Oh, I love that P. This is in case you guys start saying that. This is Indiana juice. Okay? So for some of you out there, any of you out there that have no idea what the hell that means, just know in fact, don't worry about any Kentucky whiskey. Don't worry about nothing. This over here is in fact, I'm going to say this right now, it's whiskey from Indiana. One of the best whiskeys out there come from Indiana, okay? One of the best whiskeys out there, especially in this country. The best rye whiskeys are not from Canada. The best rye whiskeys are literally from Indiana, okay? I'm going to say this, forget about Kentucky, forget about New York, forget about Tennessee. One of the best rye whiskeys you can ever get. This is not a rye whiskey, this is a wheated, right? This is a wheated bourbon. The best rye whiskey you can get is from Indiana. And I'm going to tell you that. Joanne, we got Joanne in the chat room. Joanne, on the stream. We were at $100. Well, we're $90. We're at $90, okay, I'm going to say this. We're at $90. If you want to hear the story, you send a super chat. If you want to hear the story, the Pokemon adventure that I went on to yesterday, I'll tell you the story, okay? If you want the story, if you want story time of the Pokemon adventure from yesterday, I'll tell you the story. And for all of you watching, I'm going to say this. For all of you watching, there you go. Only way you're going to hear the goddamn story of the Pokemon story is, as an adult, I literally made so much money yesterday on just one card. One card would have, I think one card for some of you, Here we go, let's drink some. Penelope, weeded, here we go. Penelope weeded. You know what, this is such a good bottle. It's getting better and better. It's starting not to get as sweet, but it's still sweet. Proof. ABV, 47.5% ABV. You know who would like this? We have one of our members, one of our wrenches. His name is AM. You know who would like this too? Andrew. Where's Andrew in the chat room? Andrew. All right, well, if Andrew's not in the chat room, that's all right. Andrew would like that. There you go, Andrew. There's two people that should definitely buy this. AM, and Andrew. All right, I'm going to say one more person. This other person, I'm going to say, I'm honest as can be, right? I'm honest as can be. If I don't like something, I tell you. Okay? And I'm going to say this to one other person also. Bob loves whiskey. Here we go, Bob loves whiskey. This right here is a buy, 100% a buy. Don't buy any other Penelope. Right now, this is currently acceptable. Is this better than, I'm going to say this, is this better than, I'm going to say this right now. Red Soft. Is it better than Red Soft? Yes. It's actually better than that whiskey from Missouri. So, Bombas whiskey, put your Missouri whiskey down, that Red Soft. This is really the one to get, but don't get the whole lineup. Get this one. This is really good. It's really good. You can tell that I already drink a little bit of this. Boom, you saw? This is nice. Andrew, I saw what you got there today. Andrew. Now, if you don't know how I know this, ladies and gentlemen, we have a community tab. You can post up anything in the community tab, but please, ladies, don't post up yourself twerking. Don't post up yourself twerking in the community tab. Ladies, if any of you ladies want to post up a photo of yourself in the community tab, understand there's going to be men watching, men looking. Don't twerk. Don't post it up on that community tab. But you can post up anything. Post up food, post up whiskey, post up wine, whatever you want. Your community tab means you can do whatever you want to, right? Members get priority, right? If you're not a member, oof. If you're not a member, oof. It hurts me. It hurts me if you're not a member of your posting, right? It's like somebody giving me an Invicta or something, Invicta watch. Any of you have Invicta watches in the chat room? Send it off. Send it off. Send it off to Goodwill. Point of the matter is, we're going to drink it a little bit more. Penelope weeded. Penelope weeded. Here we go. It's good. 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 Do I wish the finish was better? I can't complain. I can't complain. I paid under $40 for this son of a gun. I paid more money for the wine that I bought that said Stanley Cup Florida Panthers than this. But if any of you wanna, then you want, look, I have a feeling nobody wants to hear the Pokemon story. Nobody wants. So Saturday, I went to a Pokemon event. In my life, I'm gonna say this, in my whole life, I've never been to a Pokemon card event. Okay? I've never gone to a Pokemon card selling event. I've never even been to a big comic book. I'm just not a geek like that. I'm not a nerd like that. I've never been to one. So if anybody really wants to hear what I have to say, only way, super chat. Only way is a super chat, okay? Only way. I know many of you don't want to hear that Pokemon story. I get it. I wouldn't want to hear it either. Let's drink this up. Penelope, weeded. Ooh! He got a $20 super chat. Who could it be? Who could it be? Let me see. He got a $20 super chat. Oof. I don't know. Is that too little? $20? Hey, farm kitty. I'm gonna give you guys a teaser for the $20. I'm not gonna give you the whole story, right? I'm gonna give you a teaser. Over here, Farm Kitty. Thank you so much, Farm Kitty. Says over here, Farm Kitty with $20 super chat. Tell the story. Joe's dying to hear it. Joe's dying to hear wifey and dad love you. If you don't know what I'm saying right now, it sounds like I'm speaking Shakespeare. I'm not speaking Shakespeare. There's a lot of people in the chat room that know each other in the chat room. ASL, you remember those days? Well, there's a lot of people that know each other in the chat room. This is a community that I have built. Real strong community. And everybody, we all stay strong, right? We all stay strong. The point of the matter is, you guys are better off that we don't have 500 people watching. It's better off that all the people that are watching after 1,000 people, a couple thousand people watching after the show. If we have 500 people watching in the chat room, I won't be able to see some of your comments. Okay, Farm Kitty. Before I say anything, and I'm gonna start saying the story. Before I say the story, I'm gonna say this. Huge shout out to Edgar Romeo. Huge shout out to Penelope with this one. Huge shout out to Penelope with this one. Huge shout out to the butcher that cut me this ribeye, beautiful ribeye. Shout out to the butcher that also got me 3 pieces of chuck eye. This is only 1 piece I'm cooking because I'm not a fatty. And over here also, shout out to all the Hispanics that made this. I think they're Hispanics. Amazing. Shout out to Sazerac. And also, the elephant. Shout out to my elephant. His name is Rodolfo. You want to hear Rodolfo? How many of you want to hear Rodolfo? Here we go. I'm going to show you Rodolfo. I'm going to go pet him real quick. Here we go. That's Rodolfo. All right, so let me tell you the story. Let me start the story. I'm not going to give you the whole story unless I get unless somebody else puts a little a little, you know what I mean? When when you park, you got like 2 hours or 3 hours. Then you got to go back to put that toll. Anyways, farm kitty, here we go. We're gonna do it right now. So this week, let me say is what happened this week. This week, I wasn't gonna go to there was a Pokemon event here in Miami. Well, it wasn't in Miami. It was in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale. If you guys know what Fort Lauderdale, that's where Fort Lauderdale is where a lot of, how can I say this? Just look it up on Google, Fort Lauderdale. They had a convention center, and in that convention center, they had a Pokemon event. It wasn't strictly Pokemon. It was called Collect-a-Con. You could take your baseball cards. You could take your any collector piece, right? Any collector piece. So let me start off with a story. And then I'm gonna break it off. Once I stop, you're gonna have to put in more quarters. You're gonna have to put in more quarters in that toll if you want the rest of the story. Okay, so I had to order the tickets, and the tickets were $35. VIP was $120 VIP. Now VIP allows me to get my autograph, the autograph of Kachuk. You guys know Florida Panthers. Here we go. Boom, boom. We shout out to the Florida Panthers, right? Shout out to the Florida Panthers, right? Anyways, the point of the matter is, you guys know I have a jersey of Matthew Kachuk, right? I have a jersey of Matthew Kachuk. So one of the hockey players here at Sunrise was going to go to the Pokemon show, but at 3 o'clock, I thought I was going to be there for a long time. Honestly. Anyways, the point of the matter is, I got there. Driving there was a headache. I think there was a bank robber that almost hit me on the I-95. Yeah, bank robber, because you have to go through the ghetto. If you don't know what the ghetto is here in Miami, Miami Gardens, and most of the east side of I-95 is like ghetto town. Shoot it up, baby. Shout out to them goons. Opa-laka, yes? And the point of the matter is, I got to the convention. I paid the toll. There was a toll they had to pay. Walk in. And I'm thinking, oof, I got here early. Mind you, it's at 10 a.m. Pokemon events at 10 a.m., right? Well, the Collect-a-Con, the show was at 10 a.m. So I wasn't expecting too many people. I was expecting maybe in the line 200 people, right? 200 people. How many people watch our show? Our shows, we get thousands of people watching our shows. We literally have thousands of people watching our show. If you don't know already, after I end the stream, I have thousands of people watching my show. Okay, thousands. So I'm thinking less. I'm thinking like 200 people, maybe even 300. So as I walk in, right, I see a line. The line is like from here to maybe, I don't know, from here to give or take. It looked like there was 100 people. I'm like, oh, no big deal. No big deal. There's only 100 people. There's 100 people in the line. I'm good. So I start walking to get into the back of the line. And as I'm walking, I'm like, why does this line keep on going? I'm still walking. Why does this line keep on going? Why not? What? Mind you, I'm looking at the line. It's 100 people, right? I'm walking. Ooh. Still walking. I'm like, wait a minute. There's something wrong. There's something going on. What the hell? I feel like I'm in a loop. Why do I feel like I'm in a loop? So then, this is where it gets nasty. This is where it gets real nasty. Real dirty work. The line looped into a different building. I said, I'm good. Still walking. There's like 50 people, 50 people. And the new building, the other building that I had to walk into had two open doors. One door to go in and one door which was the line was ramping. So I'm walking. All right, it's okay. There's like 50 people left. So I walk into the building, and as soon as I walked into the building, I literally made a split. I mean, it split. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? It's a whole building. It was like I'm on freaking Area 51. There was a whole line wrapping around the whole building, inside a building. There's a building inside a building, and that line was going out of the building of that one building, going into a different building, and that other building had a different line. I said, damn, what the hell am I here for? In that second building, they had the line. There was literally about I'm gonna say 500 people. Shee, 500 people, and I'm just walking I'm walking, and I see some people dressed up like Pokemon. Every time I saw somebody, I stopped. keep on going. Every time I saw somebody dressed up like Pokemon. I keep on walking. It's just a bunch of nerds. And there's 40 miners. I got in the back of the line, and I thought I was in the worst possible thing, right? So, if you go see this community tab, the community tab that I posted up was literally me in the second building, But the thing is, here we go. I was waiting there, and the line was getting bigger. In back of me, after the line that I just got in back of that I thought was huge, there was 1,000 people that showed up after me. 1,000 people. The line was so huge that it wrapped around the building. It was the most craziest thing I literally ever seen in my life. The last time I seen something crazy like that was the World Series of baseball, the Marlins. I went to the Marlins World Series of baseball here in Miami. The last time I seen so many people like that was literally that. It was so many people, it was ridiculous. You would have thought they were giving away $1,000 for each person. After I was in the back of the line, there was more people. Anyways, the point of the matter is, that's just the line. And I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story, because the rest of the story is where it gets really juicy. But yeah, in the line, I had so many nerds. There was so many nerds around me. Oof. If only they knew that I had $30,000 in my bag, they would have died. There was so many nerds, and you know what? In the line, I'm just gonna say, in the line that I was in, there was scalpers. If you don't know what a scalper is somebody just like in the whiskey community. Same thing goes with the whiskey community. In the whiskey community, there's people that buy these bottles, and I think it's stupid. It's so stupid. In the whiskey community, there's people that buy these bottles, right? They go to buy these MSRP and to resell them. Right, they resell these for like $200. So they buy this for like $100 and they resell it for $200. They make $100, but they have to find a buyer. It's not as easy as you would think. They have to find a buyer for this, right? So when it comes to the Pokemon thing, same thing goes. There was a bunch of dirty scalpers. Now, if you're probably wondering, what do they scalp? What is it? What are you talking about? Okay. So there was nerds walking in with roly-tolies, right? Roly-tolies, like beach rollies, where you put the beach stuff, like they were rolling stuff, and they had like stuff that they had bought from Costco. They had like packs they had bought from Costco to resell them. It's embarrassing because you're paying, first off, you're paying $35 to get into the show. I paid $35 to get into the show, right? Paying $35 to get into the show. You have to find a dealer that's going to buy them. Not everybody's going to buy them. Most of the dealers already have that stuff. They have that stuff. They're trying to get rid of their stuff. Why are they going to buy more? Right? So those scalpers are trying to make money, right? So I don't know how much it is that they get those things for in Costco, because I don't have a Costco card. If anybody has a Costco card here, you guys are getting ripped at Costco. Costco is not the place to get. I'm going to say this again. Costco is not the place to get a discount. You don't get discounts in Costco just like you might think. There's other wholesale places. My favorite wholesale place is BJ's. BJ's here in Florida, we got the best wholesale place. That is real wholesale. I could get, for these ribeyes, I get three ribeyes of these for about $38 or $40. It's a great deal. But the point of the matter is, so the scalpers are coming in. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's honestly a joke. It was a bunch of them. And it was drink us up. If you want to hear the rest of the story, I'll keep it going. Oof. Point of the matter is, I'm going to flip this one time. Let's flip this one time. By the way, I'm going to say it's Bottleless Whiskey. I think he commented, Bottleless Whiskey, I'm going to say it's Bottleless Whiskey. You're getting ripped. I'm going to say that right now. I'm be honest with you, Bottleless Whiskey. Okay? Because I know Bottleless Whiskey, I have a feeling he said something about Costco. I'm going to say it's Bottleless Whiskey. You're getting ripped in Costco. You're getting ripped. Try to find other places to get your ribeyes. Because $65, that's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money. It shouldn't be the price. The reason why they do that is because Costco, this is the big thing of Costco. The only thing you can know in Costco, the cheap stuff, are the things that you can get deals on. Okay? And this is something that not many people know. The cheap stuff is the things you get deals on in Costco. The big things usually you're not going to get deals on. Brisket, if you're trying to buy a brisket, you're not going to get a good deal at Costco. If you're trying to buy filet mignon, you're not going to get a good deal at Costco. If you want to get anything like Wagyus, you're not going to get it. If you want Wagyus, Wild Fork, there you go, Wild Fork. I'm going to say this, I don't know how many people have Wild Fork in your cities. Wild Fork is a place that you can get the good deals on Wagyu. You could also get good deals on ribeyes, and you could get good deals on everything. Just be careful with Costco. I'm going to say that right now. Not everything is what you think. Okay? Why do I say that? It's because I was going to get a Costco card. That's why. I didn't get a Costco card because I noticed that it's not worth it. I'd rather go to, here we go, let me say this right now. I'm going to be honest with all of you. I would rather go to a 5-star Argentinian restaurant and buy my own meats from the butcher there. And I get a good price. I get lower, just a little bit lower than Costco prices. But at least I know that my meats at the Argentinian places are USDA Prime. Okay? USDA Prime. You know what Prime is? Yes. It's a little bit better than USDA Choice. So I just want to make sure you guys know. Just don't believe all the hype. Okay, don't believe all the hype. But if you do come to Florida, any of you, get yourself a BJ's card. BJ's is the best wholesale place you can go to. It's the cheapest wholesale out of all of them. No, when I mean the cheapest, like you get really good products. Some of the products I show on the stream, they're from BJ's. Paper towels, real cheap. Everything, real cheap. BJ's. It's a high-end, luxurious, nice, good wholesale place. Okay, anyways, let's drink a sip. Penelope, and you guys know I'm pretty honest. I want to tell you. By the way, the start of the stream, Jordan Filter. Thank you so much, Jordan Filter, for the $20. Farm Kitty, thank you so much for the $20. Ed Karomi with the 50. Al Gordon with the 20 on the stream. We're at 110. Let's drink this up. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, another thing, BJ's. Let me explain to you BJ's. BJ's has this in big for about $10. They have great seasonings. BJ's is where I got some of the seasonings for cheap price, real good price. But again, I just don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about wholesale places, but I just want to be more. I hope some of you are a little more informed, especially if you have kids. If you have kids, BJ's is a place to go to. BJ's Wholesale. If you have kids, BJ's Wholesale. Wild Fork, another great place to go to. Only issue with Wild Fork is you have to buy your items ahead of time. Wild Fork has everything frozen, so you have to literally you buy them right, and then you can unfreeze them every day. You're gonna cook. Every day you're gonna cook. Also, another place. If you come to Florida, Publix is good. But the thing is with Publix, let me say this. The thing is with Publix, and maybe many of you around the USA have Kroger, right? Kroger. So I got this on sale today, right? Let me just show you. Let me just show you this piece. I got this on sale today. This is basically almost a 2 pound ribeye, 2-pound ribeye, right? 2-pound ribeye. It's a 2-pound ribeye, right? I got it on sale today. I didn't show you the price, but I'm gonna tell you how much I paid. I paid $18.86. $18.86 for this one. This is literally one of the best ribeyes you could get. USDA choice, and it's good. It's really, really good. I go by price, right? I go by price. I don't mess around. I don't mess around. I have the money to buy the best meals possible. But what's the point when you have this cheap? This is the best. This is one of the best meals you can have. There's no point. You understand? You understand, right? You understand. All right, let's drink this up. Yesterday, by the way, yesterday I ate. Oof. Yesterday I ate. I'm gonna tell you this story. This is gonna be a free story. Shout out to Farm Kitty. Yesterday at night I went to a restaurant. I went with my parents. First time I see my parents in like 2 months. First time I see my parents in 2 months. Please see your parents. If you guys have parents alive, see them. See them. Okay? Because once they start hitting 60 years old, supposedly human beings deteriorate after 60. So see them, right? If you have parents, if you have any family members, older family members. Anyways, the point of the matter is, I saw my parents yesterday the first time in like 2 months. I go to the restaurant. I hold down the booth, and then this is where it got real good. My father goes. He says, "At this restaurant, you can't order medium rare." I go, "What are you talking about?" I go, "What you talking about, man?" He goes, "This restaurant, you can't order medium rare." I go, "What you mean? What you mean? What you mean I can't order medium rare?" He goes, "At this restaurant, you can't order medium rare. If you order medium rare, they're gonna bring it to you raw. They don't know how to cook." I go, "What the hell are you talking about?" He goes, "What? Order?" He goes, "Order it. Order medium rare. Eat medium rare. Go order it. Order medium rare." So then I said, "Nah, I'm not going to order medium rare." He says, "Order a medium. They're going to do it good." Okay. I ordered a medium. He ordered medium. I ordered my churrasco. So I had churrasco last night. I had churrasco last night, right? Medium, right? Medium. He got a medium. I got a medium. So the waitress comes over. By the way, the waitress, biggest booty I've seen this week. But you know what? Her attitude stinks, and her face was super red because every time she showed up she was embarrassed, and it was really hot. Any of you Latinas that are working at a restaurant, if that's not your thing, don't work there. She was really red. Her face was really red, man, every second. I felt like she was going to have a heat stroke. The point of the matter is, she brought me the steak. She brought me the churrasco. It was a churrasco, right? He got the churrasco. I got a churrasco. He goes, "What? Cut into it." I go, "Okay, let me see." Mind you, I ordered a medium rare at the restaurant. This is why I don't go to restaurants. Churrasco. I ordered a medium rare. So he starts cutting his. He starts eating it. He didn't even look. I cut my churrasco. When I cut my churrasco, that damn dude cooked it. It was medium rare. It was medium rare. Medium rare. You know what that is? For some of you that don't know what it is, okay, let me explain to you something. Okay, if I'm cooking this piece of meat, like you see that red inside. If I'm cooking this piece of meat, there's people out there that can't stand looking at red. They can't stand looking at red. They can't stand looking at bloody. They can't stand looking at their meat being red. They throw up. Okay? They throw up. There's people like that in the USA. They throw up. They see red. Oof. It's disgusting. There's people like that, right? So, when I cut it open, it was red. It was red inside. I didn't ask for medium rare. I asked for medium. And that's the type of cooks we have here in Miami. They just don't know what the hell. They don't even know what the hell. They just do whatever the hell they want. They do whatever the hell they want. But it's good that he told me. It's good that my father told me when I was wanting to order. He said, order medium. They don't know. They don't know. He basically said, order medium. He didn't tell me they didn't know how to cook because the waitress was right there. He said, order medium. I said, okay, I ordered medium. And right when I cooked that churrasco, I picked it up and it was pink. If you don't know what pink is, I'm going to show you. You see this? It's pink. So if you cook it, the inside in the middle stays pink and the outside starts getting a little bit more well done, right? A little more cooked up. So I ended up getting a medium rare. I got a medium rare. I didn't ask for medium rare. I asked for a medium. So just know where you go. Just know where you go to. If you go to Texas, I learned something from. Shout out to April. Shout out to April. I learned something Texas boys, they go big. They go big. I was handed a lot of money over this weekend from the Texas boys. Shout out to the Texas boys. All these Texas boys out here in Miami, they got big stacks of money. Shout out to all the Texas boys. They got big stacks of money. Shout out to the Texas boys. Huge stacks of money. Shout out to Texas in general. Shout out to Texas in general. Huge money over there in Texas. Huge money over there in Texas. Point of the matter is, I was talking to two of the Texas boys in the whole. Look, I'm going to say this right now. The whole show. I was able to connect with two Texas men, two Texas boys. They were big boys, right? They were like about my age, a little bit old, about my age. Shout out to Texas. And that's where the first car that I sold yesterday went down, a couple $1,000s. Everybody was looking at me, literally. Everybody in the show was looking at me. It was the biggest thing. What did I say at the beginning of the stream? Whoa. What did I say when the last super chat came through? I told you I was going to tell you the rest of the story, right? I'm not going to tell you the story because we haven't got another super chat. But the point of the matter is, okay, yes. It was a huge thing. Everybody was looking at me. Everybody. I said the whole line, everybody in the line, bunch of nerds. Nobody had nothing. I was the only one that had something huge in probably the whole show that just showed up to the show. The dealers have huge things, but to find somebody to come into the show is very rare. That somebody comes to the show that has big stuff. I was one of those people, right? One of those people. We roll big out here. By the way, let me go pet my elephant real quick. Shout out to Farm Kitty. Shout out to Farm Kitty with the last $20 super chat. Let's drink this up. I'm not gonna say the story though. Joe Waters, only way I'm going to say the story, if Joe Waters or April O'Neil say something. If Joe Waters or April O'Neil want to hit a story, I'm going to say it because it's big Texas. It was two boys, two men. There was a lot of dealers out there. They were younger. There was one dealer, there was an old man. He was a white old man. I think he was also from Texas. But yes, I was dealing with the Texas boys. I'm going to just tell one of the names. Shout out to Miller. He asked me, hey man, you got a YouTube channel? I go, nah, man, chill, chill, chill. I don't got no damn. Look, man, I'm one of those dudes that just comes into the show. You'll never know that I came into the show, and that's it. I show up. Everybody's gonna know that I showed up, but that's about it. That's just what it is, right? That's what it is. And I'm out, and then I'm out. Yes, yes. I'm out like a celebrity. But yes, I'll tell you the story if you want. But the point of the matter is, are we going to start cooking? I think so. We're going to start cooking, right? We're going to start cooking, yes. If you guys want to hear the story, I'll start it up. Huge shout out to Farm Kitty with $20 super chat. And Edgar Romeo, here we go. Edgar Romeo, oof, what a buy, what a buy. What a buy, what a buy. All right, here we go. Let's start cooking, right? Let's start cooking. You guys want to hear the story? I'll tell you the story, but we gotta put more money in that tour. Oof. All right, here we go. Let's put this over here. Damn, the floor is dirty, huh? Been raining out here, real dirty. Real dirty. Biggest super chat today so far is Edgar Romeo. Shout out to Edgar Romeo. Boom, boom, boom. Them Texas boys don't joke, man. There's 3 places that got big boys, big ballers, okay, in the USA. Let me start off by saying, big ballers, Florida, mainly Miami. Big ballers here in Miami. Shout out to Miami. Shout out to Miami-Dade. Big ballers. We got big balls out here in Florida, mainly in Florida. We got big balls out here in Florida, right? We just say Florida, right? We'll say Florida. There you go. We'll say Florida. We got big balls out here in Florida. Second place, I got big ballers. Oof, big ballers. New York. Shout outs to New York. Big balls over there in New York. There's a lot of big balls out there in New York. New York, eh? Big ballers. Big balls, Edgar Romeo. Represent. Please represent. Say around here, please represent. Edgar Romeo, please represent. Represent. Shout outs to also, oof, Aaron Judge. What the hell? That guy blowing up them home runs. You saw them home runs? Aaron Judge. Shout outs, Aaron Judge. Oof. Gotta represent. Who's representing? Here we go. Let's drink a sip. You know I'm representing over here. Down here in the dirty South, right? Miami. Here we go. Drink a sip. That's Penelope, yes? That's Penelope. There you go. He says, yeah, you serve it. And then the third place is Texas, New York, and Miami, right? Or Florida. You can say Florida. Florida, Texas, and New York. Big boys. We play no games out here. So when you put a Texas man and a Florida man, oof, it's real. It's a real deal. Real deal connection, right? Or a New Yorker with a Florida boy. Oof, real big ballers. Anyways, I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story. I want to tell you the rest of the story. Should I tease you to give you the rest of the story? Oof. Maybe I should. Let me do it, yes? Let me tell you a little bit. So the show that I went to yesterday, got into the show. It was the biggest show I've ever seen in my life. Last biggest show I've ever seen in my life was a gun show. Last gun show I went to that was so big was in West Palm Beach, Florida. Huge gun show. Last biggest show I ever went to was, as a matter of fact, gun show and the rock show in West Palm Beach, Florida, right? Other than that, Those were the biggest one. I went to a Reptile show before, and those Reptile shows small compared to, I mean, they were big, but not like this. This was no joke. This was literally, it was so many people. Over here, April, there you go. April, oof. Get a $20 super chat. We're officially right now at $130 on the stream. Tell the damn story. Over here. Tell the damn story. April O'Neil says, wifey and daddy, she love you. It's great that a lot of people out here love each other, and you know what? Some of you don't even go to church. This is your church. Okay, April, I'm gonna tell the story. I'm gonna tell the rest more of the story. She put a little bit of money. She put a little bit of coins in. She put a little bit of coins into that toll. Okay, so I walk inside, and the first thing I see is a bunch of tables. Holy crap! It's so many tables that I have to squint and start looking. God damn! Huge. A lot of tables, man. I don't even know what to start. My eyes, like chameleons. I didn't even know what to start. My eyes were like chameleons. I'm not even cockeyed. My eyes go like chameleons. So I walk in, and the first place I see was PSA. If you don't know what PSA is grading cards. Now, let me explain to you, okay? I don't collect cards. I don't collect Pokemon cards. I used to in the 90s. I don't collect any Pokemon cards ever. Till a long time ago, in the 90s to 2000, that was the farthest I got to, okay? Let me say that right now. The farthest I got to was that. 90s, when they first came out, Pokemon came out, and then the 2000s. That was it. Once that happened, that's it. I stopped collecting. You start turning into adults. You start looking at these cards, you're like, you know what, these cards are stupid. You start turning into adults, you're like, you know what, these cards are stupid. Why the hell am I even collecting? I'm not going to collect. I'm not going to buy anything more, right? So the last Pokemon cards that I ever bought was in 2003. 2003, I believe, right? 2003. That's a long time ago. In the 90s, when the Pokemon came out, I believe it was 1995. 1995 was the Pokemon came out. Hurricane Andrew was 1995 or 1996, I believe. 1995, I believe it was. Do you guys know the whole story? Anyways, the point of the matter is, I walk in. First thing I see is PSA, and there's no line. Mind you, there's a line like a Disney line, right? I don't go to Disney, but shout outs to anybody that makes lines. There was no line. I smiled. I had such a big smile. I was like, shit. I only brought a certain amount of cards. I only brought a total of, I believe it was 20 cards or 25 cards. I have a bunch of cards that I didn't want to bring. I just didn't want to bring them. I wanted to bring a total of 20 something. I didn't want to bring all my cards. It's pointless. I'm not trying to sell anything. I just want to sell maybe one, right? So I go to PSA. PSA, if you don't know PSA, they grade cards, they send them out, and when you get a grading on a certain card, it gets a certain value of the card. For example, if you have a painting, you go to a museum and they rate how good the painting is, if it's authentic, so-and-so. It's the same thing with PSA. But the PSA for cards, they check your whole card. They check the center, they check the corners, they check if there's scratches, they check everything. If it's mint, if it's perfect, almost brand new, they give you a 10. They give you a 10. And once you get the 10, you get the ultimate number. Thousands of dollars if you have a good card. Thousands of dollars. So I talked to the guy, and this is where it got good. This is where it got real good. So I'm talking to the guy, all of a sudden, a nerd just showed up right next to me. He goes, hey, can you tell me where the Pikachu's at? Nerd, there's a nerd right next to me. Like I'm literally talking to this guy. Me and him are professionals, right? We're talking man to man, and all of a sudden a nerd just shows up next to me, like one of those nerds from like Big Bang Theory, just shows up. Hey, where them Pikachu's at? I look at the dude. The dude got some pimples in his face. I'm like, damn, this is like Bill Nye stuff. What the hell is this? I wanted to say something rude, but I didn't want to ruin that kid's. I have a feeling he was a kid. He looked like he was 23 years old, but he could have been 45. Oof. He could have been 45 years old. Oof. Nerd, nerd, nerd. And that was only the first 10 minutes that I was there. Nerd, nerd, nerd. He kept on talking. I'm talking to the dude. He goes, oh, this is my first time here, dude. I was about to tell him, dude, come on. I was about to rip him, but I didn't want to rip him because, you know what, I just got there 10 minutes in. The first thing you don't want to do is rip. You don't want to rip a nerd so that he goes back home and he just shoots up all the movie theater at the Snow White. At the Snow, what is it called? Is it Snow White? What is that movie? It's Snow White, right? It's Snow White. Or is it Wizard of Oz? What is it called? Snow White? Yeah. I don't want him to show up to one of those movies. I didn't want to say anything. I felt bad for the dude. Anyways, the point of the matter is, so the guy tells me, he goes, so how many cards you want to grade? I go, he goes, look, I'm going to tell you something. He goes, the cards you have seem like they cost a lot of money. I'm just looking at them now, and I haven't seen those cards, like literally. I've been doing this for a long time. I barely see those cards. I go, okay. He goes, those cards are going to be a lot of money, and let's just say this. You're going to have to pay a premium. What are you talking about, pay a premium? I'm not paying you $25. So I tell the guy, I'm not paying $25 and then an insurance fee, and then that's it. He goes, no. This is what happens, he says. He says, if your card costs $10,000, we take out the most we can from you getting that 10. That maximum 10. So, for example, if you send out 10 cards and you officially, yes, all of them are 10s, you're probably going to be paying $5,000 to get them back. I go, what the hell? What the hell? I said, what the hell you just say? He says, you're probably going to be paying $5,000 to get those things back. I go, why? He goes, because we rated them to 10. So you have the authenticity and you have the pack. So PSA just does that. If you don't want them back, you don't have to pay, but we keep them. But you have to pay like $5,000 if they're 10. They're automatically amazing. We're taking out a certain percentage of what you're getting. I said, damn, that's horrible. In my head, I said, damn, that doesn't seem right. In my head, I said, wow, that's like the most dumbest thing, right? I said, wow, that's like I'm getting ripped off. I feel like I'm selling it on eBay. Getting 75%. Oh, it was so bad. So then he tells me, he goes, my recommendation is just send a couple, see what happens. Okay, cool. I sent it 3 off. Only 3 of the cards that I sent off, only 3. My total was $110. $110 was the number of 3 cards that I sent off. Each one of the cards that I sent off obviously was $1,000. And I knew that it should be, if I get it graded $1,000. But the point of the matter is, I send out only 3 of them. If I send out 3 of them, he says that I might have a fee of $1,000. Ooh, $1,000. What the hell's wrong with that guy? Telling me a fee of $1,000 to get my cards back. He says, you might be. He says, you might. So I said, okay, cool. No problem. Just send them off. I want to do it the first time. PSA, cool. Send them off. Send them off. Signed some things, and boom, I walked off, and then I started the show. And the show, when I started the show, it was so freaking nice. But the thing is, I wasn't able to finish the show. First thing I did was the first place I went to was a white dude. The white dude, he had a bunch of cards. All the cards were graded. If you buy a card that's graded, you're saving yourself the whole shipping. You're saving yourself the whole ordeal of having to pay a certain fine if your card is a lot of money, right? You're just paying it right there. So the white guy, he's like, he's like trying to rip everybody. He's trying to rip everybody. I noticed him. He was trying to rip everybody. Mind you, the old man seemed like he was like 59 years old. There's there's not really an age when it comes to collecting. There's not really an age. I'm gonna say there's not an age to collecting. There's not an age at all. You could be 100 years old, you could still be collecting. But the old man was ripping. He was ripping. Now, the reason why I knew he was ripping is because I remember seeing one of his cards. Now, I'm gonna just say this. I already know how to tell if there's cards are worth buying, right? So he had cards that were graded to the left side and the right side were cards that were not graded. Some of the cards were not graded, right? If you look at some of those cards, they're uneven. The sides and the corners are uneven. And he sells them for $100 or maybe 250 bucks. The point of the matter is, the man knows what he's not going to send off to PSA to get graded. He sells them on the side. He sells them on the side. And the ones that he has graded, he sells for a premium. And that's just what it is. That was the first vendor that I went to. And after I went to that vendor, this is where it got real good. The next vendor that I went to got real good. This is where I took out my first card. And then it got real crazy. If you want to hear the rest of the story, well, guess what? You're going to have to pay more to see and hear the story. For the meantime, we're gonna start cooking. If you wanna hear more of the story, you're gonna have to pay for me to say it. These things are not things to be said, but there's a big difference. If you guys want me to say it, I'll say it. I don't know why it's so cold out here. It's a little bit cold. A little bit cold out here. Tad bit. Not too much, a little bit. It's a tad bit cold, not too cold. It's a tad bit cold. I can't even get this properly seared. Is alright. Let's get closer. A little bit cold out here. Let's put it over those. By the way, what I'm gonna do is I want to move some of this. See if this helps. Move some of this. Edgar Romeo has a Super Ranch, just so you guys know. He has a Super Ranch currently. He can time anybody out that he wants to. Anybody in the chat room that he wants to. Be careful. You heard it here first. We got 2 Super Ranches in the chat room. Be careful. April has the Super Ranch. Be careful. She could time anybody else she wants to. For a couple seconds, whatever she wants to do. Edgar Romeo has power in this chat room, and also April has power in the chat room. Be careful. Be careful. Edgar can time out whoever he wants to for a couple seconds if he wants to. Be careful. Super Ranch. 2 Super Ranches currently in the chat room. Ooh, look, I said that, and Joe Waters said BRB. Yes, yes. He's scared to get. He's Edgar. Oof. Joe Waters is scared to get. Oof, he's scared to get timed out. We're going to start playing this game often. I'm going to give people out here the Super Ranches that they need. Oof. Yes, yes. I know why Joe Waters walked away. There we go. Let's drink this up. Let's drink this up. Okay, I'm going to say this. I usually put butter on this. I'm not going to put any butter on here. Edgar in the chat room. Edgar in the chat room says Joe Waters is making him a sandwich. That's good. I knew that was the reason why Joe Waters said BRB. Go make that sandwich, Joe Waters. I knew it. I knew he was going to be making a sandwich or something. There's a reason why he walked away. I knew it. This ribeye looks beautiful. Look at how beautiful. Look at how beautiful it looks. But I'm gonna say it doesn't matter how beautiful it looks because I'm gonna slice it up. I'm gonna slice it up. I'm gonna slice it into pieces. Okay, I'm gonna slice. I'm not gonna even show you guys the finished. Well, I'm gonna show you guys the finished product here, but I'm not gonna take a photo because I'm gonna slice it up. I'm gonna slice it up very thin, almost thinner than what Salt Bay does. If you don't know Salt Bay, don't go to his restaurant unless you want to burn some fireworks, some money. If you want to burn some money, go to his restaurant. Probably the worst thing ever. Over here, Edgar Roman says, I respect. Edgar Roman says he respects the Penelope. That's what Edgar Roman says. He respects. He put some respect in the name. He put some respect on the name. Edgar Roman says put some respect on the name. All right, here we go. We're going to take us out now. For all of you watching, this is what you're going to do. Okay? This is what you're going to do. Make sure, when you're making your meat on here, close the grill. Why you close the grills? You want the inside of the meat to get cooked up, okay? You can tell that I've been busy. Look at my nails. Ladies, look at my nails. Look at my nails, how long they are. My nails are long as hell. Long as hell. I've been so busy. I haven't given you guys the ultimate stream. Today is a great stream so far. Great stream so far. Let me get the wooden blanket, and we're gonna take those. We're gonna take the ribeye and the chunk eye out. Here we go. Let's back up. Oh man, I want to tell you the rest of the story. That Pokemon story. I want to tell you the rest of the story, but it's a long story. Maybe this week I could tell you more of this story. More of that story of when somebody, Texas, decided to take out that big money, that $10,000. Yes. Maybe we'll talk about that. Maybe we'll talk about that, how the boys, they took out them 10,000. 10,000, yes. In front of me, $10,000. Maybe I'll say sometime this week. Maybe. Point of the matter is, let's, you know what? It's just better like this. What you think? Oof. What you think, ladies and gentlemen? Ribeye. Look at that bit. Oh, look at the steam. Check it. Look at the steam. Look at the thing. Beautiful. On the stream, I'm drinking. Oof, because of Edgar. We're drinking Penelope. Drinking Penelope. Pour myself some more. I need to go get some Mexican Coca-Cola before April 2nd. I need to go get some. Ooh, it's connected again. Ooh, it's back connected. It's connected again. Oof. All right, who gets to pick the next song? I was gonna put "Beat It" by April O'Neil. I was gonna put "Beat It" by April O'Neil. I was gonna put "Can You Feel the Beat?" No, I don't want to play that song. Chill. I don't want to play that song. And the point of the matter is, "Beat It." Did I say "Beat It" by April O'Neil? Damn. She beat it. Oof. I don't like the rubber tugs. Those are horrible. April. Rubber tug. Let me see. For all of you watching around the world, I know many of you are going to rewatch this in the future. Rubber tug. Man, anybody who likes that rubber tug, something wrong with you, my man. You like that rubber tug, something wrong with you. Something definitely wrong with you if any man here likes that rubber tug. That is bad. Over here, I think the only one here that I can say, look, all of you supported the stream. Al, Gordon, April. Oh, wait, was it April? No, it was Farm Kitty. My bad, April. Wait, was it? Wait a minute. We're at $130. It was Al, Gordon, Edgar Romeo, biggest super chat on the stream. And we had Farm Kitty. And then we had Joe Unfiltered. Shout out to Joe Unfiltered. And then it was, wait a minute, time out. I don't know, wait, I think it was, right? I think it was April Neal. April Neal, yes, April Neal also sent a super chat on stream. You know, a lot of you helped out on the Sunday stream. This is like a church. Look at this. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Shout out to April Neal on the stream. April, what song you want to hear? What song you want to hear, April? Edgar already picked the song that he wanted to hear. What song you want to hear, April? What song you want to hear, April? What song you want to hear, April? Surprise me. Oof. Surprise you. It's not gonna be a good surprise. Not gonna be, I'm not a surprise kind of dude. Not a surprise kind of dude. Let me see. I'm not a surprise kind of dude. Let me see. Man, I'm not a surprise kind of dude. Just to surprise me. Let me see. Let me think of. I'm not gonna play the songs in my head. Let me think of things that have been in my head today. There's only been a couple songs in my head in the last 24 hours. Before I even say anything about that, let me look this up. Damn. That's nice. It's really good. Let me see. What song? What song in my head? What song in my head? That'll be the last song of the stream. What song in my head? I've had Queen in my head. Queen songs in my head. I've had Billy Joel songs in my head. I haven't had any Spanish songs in my head. I've had also another song in my head. It's called Loser. I had that song in my head. Good song. I've also had another song. Here's this one. I've had the Sarah song in my head. I've had Sarah song. Sarah song. Oof. That goes back to the days when I was working retail. There's a bunch of songs that I've had in my head. You guys know that Sarah song? I can't play some Prince. I can't play no Prince. There's two artists that I really can't play. Michael Jackson and Prince. Those are the two that I can't play. If I play that, YouTube's gonna say, you know what? USA is blocked. You can't see, they can't watch it just because you played it. But Land Down Under, oof. Another song that I've been having. Not only the Sarah song. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. You're just driving. Listen to the song. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. 1979, 1991. Shout out to the greatest. You know what? I'm not going to play a song. Unless you guys want me to keep on playing it. Maybe I should play it right. Joanne. There's also a song, by the way, my neighbor was watching me the whole time. I don't know what's wrong with her. Something wrong with her, man. Watching me the whole time. Anyways, the point of the matter is, what would be the last song I play on the stream? Last song, I've been thinking about this song too tonight. Been listening to that song. Also, yeah, have Taco Bell. You ever have Taco Bell? And you play that song tonight. Oh, you ever had Taco Bell? Some of you have ever had Taco Bell like at 3 a.m. Play that song next time you have Taco Bell. Play that song. It's called Genesis. Tonight. Have Taco Bell. Play that song while you're in the bathroom. Tonight. Oh, yes. That's what it's going to be. Now, what's the last song I want to play? Dang. Man, there's so many songs in my head. Okay, I'm gonna go with the last one. Oof. This is gonna be. Oh, there's so many of them that I want to go through. Oof. So many. So many. I can't play Bee Gees. Damn. You know what? I should play the song, Sarah song. Not gonna play it. Okay, here we go. To end the stream. What song am I gonna play? Dang. Sunday. Okay, for all of you, tomorrow's Monday, okay? Enjoy yourself in the shower naked. Take a shower naked. Do a bubble bath. Eat a banana. Have some strawberries. Enjoy your Sunday. Make a spa night for yourself. Put some salt in that water, that bath water. Oof, I was gonna pour a little more. Oof. Penelope. We there. This is the whiskey you need to get from Penelope. It's under $40. You can't complain. Ladies and gentlemen, ribeye. Chuck out. For all of you watching, don't take a shower naked. Let's drink us up. It's good. Ooh, fuck! It's still steaming. Oh yes. You better keep crying, baby, because I ain't showing up. Keep crying. Keep trying to text me. I ain't gonna respond. It's what it is. You clingy. That's a thing. You clingy. I bet it's no ordinary love. There's only one person texting. You. Yes. For all of you watching. You guys are amazing. Don't forget. Drink your water, okay? Get yourself a good bottle of water. This is my bottle of water. Boom. Got a little sipper. I bet I brought it every day, baby. Don't you worry. Oh, thank you so much, my sweet smile. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yes, yes. No problem, no problem. Every day, baby. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me. Who said that? No, you didn't give me nothing. Yeah, you gave me a bunch of texts. 50 texts straight in a row. I bet it ain't no ordinary love. I ain't texting you back. I was in the Pokemon show. How am I gonna text you back? How am I gonna text you back? Of course there's no ordinary. How am I gonna text you back? I'm making almost $10,000 at a Pokemon show. You think I'm gonna text you back? Out of your mind. I don't care what song you sing. You can play the guitar while you're singing. You can play the viola while playing the guitar. I don't give a damn. I'm not texting back if I'm getting them big Texas, big money, Texas money right in front of me. It's what it is. What it is, baby. For all of you ones and Chuck Eye. You keep what? You keep trying to text me? Woo, you better keep on. You better keep trying for me. You better. Man, she clingy. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end the stream right now. Shout outs to. It ain't ordinary, of course. It's one-way love. One-way love. You loving me? And I ain't responding. Ladies and gentlemen. Of course it's not, of course. Shout outs to the USA. Shout outs to U.S. Marines, U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Force, U.S. Space Force. Space Force bowing hands over there in the moon. You know what? Maybe it's because you got a big forehead. You got a big forehead. Maybe it's because you got a big forehead. That's maybe what it is. That's what it is, Sade. Maybe that's what it is, Sade. You got a big forehead. I know. Oh, you crying? My bad. Oh, my bad. You keep crying. Woof. Okay, chill. She's getting too clingy on here. Woof. For all of you watching, huge shout out to the USA. Huge shout out to everybody on here. Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. Reaper Crew, you know what time it is. We're number one. Thank you for tuning in on this stream. We're at $130 on the stream. Tomorrow's the last day of the month. Today is the second of the. Today's the 30th, right? Tomorrow's the last day of the month. We gotta end this stroll today. So far, we ended it pretty good. You guys are amazing. You keep trying. Keep trying. I'll text you back tomorrow. Don't problem. Chill. Stop texting me. Man, this girl, she crazy. Texting forever. For all of you on, you guys are amazing. Thank you over to tuning in. She falling. Oof. Stop falling. Ladies and gentlemen, and Reaper Crew, you know what time it is? It's time for me to start eating. For all of you watching, you guys are amazing. I'm going to cut this up so thin. I'm going to eat those two today and tomorrow. I'll see you all soon tomorrow. Monday, my favorite day of the week. Reaper, officially. We'll be the last one I see in the chat room. Andrew, I see you. Joe Waters, I see you. Joe Unfiltered, I don't see you. Edgar Romeo, I see you, Edgar Romeo. April O'Neil, I see you. Farm Kitty, I don't see you. Al Gordon, I don't see you. Where you at? Oh, there you go, Farm Kitty. Al Gordon, for all of you watching. Andrew Sheena. Reaper, officially not texting back. She's too clingy. Bomb Loves Whiskey. I see you, Bomb Loves Whiskey. April O'Neil. Shout out to the Texas boys. Shout out to the Florida boys. Reaper sign out. See you soon. Reaper officially sign out. See you all tomorrow.